So the Father in heaven was showing me some things about the Whore of Babylon. Okay, so the Whore of Babylon uses words as a weapon, not the same way Christians do, like in a pervy way. Okay, so what I wanted to tell you guys is, all right, so the original mark of the beast that the apostles got slain, they got slain by Nero, okay, and by the Romans that killed them, okay, and Nero, his name was Neuron. Okay, so as you see in this mental health field, we have neurology. They have neurons. What are neurons? They are a part of the memory, the body memory. So they're trying to impress neuron, the name of Nero, on your mind. You see, on your mind. Now, I want you to look at this. Okay, now seizures, Caesar, okay, neurons, okay, neurological disorder. Seizures are a neurological disorder, okay, so that was one way, okay. So what I want everyone to do in prayer is to lift that off of everyone, okay. And I asked Daddy in heaven last night, what do we change it to? Okay, because they're saying that's part of our build, part of our makeup, blah, blah, blah. It's just a word they put on part of our makeup. So what we're going to call it instead is mem cells. Okay, so mem is the letter M, or mem, is in the palm of your hand. Mem represents Messiah. So you can call it mem cells, which sounds like memory cells. A lot cleaner, a lot better, okay? So I want to put that idea out there. I want you guys to share this with everyone, okay? The other thing I was noticing, okay, so I want you guys to come out of a lot of occult TV and occult movies, okay? This vision, I got visions and visions and visions, a lot to do with Disney and all this stuff. It was after I was drinking tons of I drank Lord's Holy Water every day. I started getting visions. And these visions were telling me that I needed to get out of a lot of corrupt television, music, and media. So one of the main issues is the subliminals in the movies. And this was actually put out there too by Maria Deleuze. So I double checked it after I got the visions, and Maria Deleuze was saying the same thing, because it first started off with, I was laying in bed, I had a vision, I was like, why can't I clear out some of these spirits? Well, Mother Mary appeared, she said, there is a Harry Potter movie in your house and a bunch of Disney movies. I was like, no, I don't have that. What are you talking about? You know, I was like, what are you talking about? No, there's no way I even owed that. And so I looked around, I found a bed. It belonged to my family members, and it was in my house. So that was why the spirits were trying to cling to me. And so the next thing I did was try to tell people about this vision. So I have a post on my post page that I want you guys to look at. It actually explains that this stuff is not paranoia. It does, and it'll explain, if you watch the whole thing, it is scientifically evidence-based videos on why what I'm talking about is true, okay? It's evidence-based. Now, but yeah, okay, so with the occult media and stuff like that, okay, so we have a lot of singers. What they say is, I have my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Okay, you everyone knows this, and people just speak it, not even thinking, you know, and they just think they're being funny, right? They have their Nero on their mind. Okay, they have Nero on their mind. Okay, they're putting the Nero coin on their mind, is what they're saying to you guys. Okay, that means they chose wealth over God, and they're going forward in the name of Christ, okay, to knock everyone out of the salvation running. So I I just wanted to make everyone aware of that. Now I have another message, but I'm too shaken up spiritually to present it yet. So I have to go into deep prayer for protection, and then I can share that.
From 55,876.
Let me see. I'm on my way to see my parents. Got little presents. Oh, okay, so same. A lot of barcodes. Some of the barcodes have corrupt numbers on them. And I don't want people running around scared of barcodes or anything. But it's a good call to go back to simplistic living, more handmade, more loving way of life. You know, that kind of stuff, okay? So some barcodes have both 0 and 6 on them in threefold, okay? Now the 6 3 times represents the 3 times Peter denied Messiah, okay? St. Peter denied Messiah 3 times. I think it was 3. So that is a threefold denial of Messiah, okay? So that's why they put those 3 there. Now that's why I'm like, you guys need to petition the governors, petition the elect, write to them. They're like, hey, I want that totally changed. Everything used to be in a hand system. If you guys think about it, like Port Babylon kind of teaching, we're doing marketing, brand in the right hand. See, it's perverted, you know. So that's the pervy way that everyone's not noticing. But they say that greed is the issue. Greed is the issue, is what the Catholic Church said. So they say, make sure you give, make sure you're giving, make sure you're not living in excess. One weapon you could use is giving over 10% in either tithes or offerings, or just to the poor. Some people just give their tithes to Daddy in different ways. Ask Daddy where to bring the tithe, you see? So that's what everyone's saying is, don't be greedy, feed the needy. And it should be really helpful. I don't know. I'm just like trying to think. I was just like, if you give over 10% of your income, you're giving over the amount in tithes. You're being less greedy. And I would find the safest forms of money that for your heart. Okay. And not all barcodes add up to that. But that was one of their ways of trying to impress that on your mind. Okay. Because you know, that's one way they're trying to kind of impress those things in their mind. And then you have the one thing that they're saying is, okay, because both of those 2 lines represent both 0, it's a blank, so it means 0, and 6, it's saying 0 dinero. Like, you're not saying you're going to spend so much you're not going to have any money. So that was one thing that they were doing. And then, so yeah, other things, I was told by my ministers that look after me, they say to stay away from a lot of different television shows like Nickelodeon, SpongeBob. What is that one? It's a weird one. It's like Wizard of Oz. And this woman came out of high occult and delivers like top Satanists and stuff like that. Like high occultist, she's really good. Well, Daddy delivers through her, you know. And same like John Ramirez. So the woman who told me this, she has delivered like by Christ and by Him alone, like top lead Satanists and stuff like that. So I trust her a lot, you know. With that knowledge. So she said something about Wizard of Oz having subliminals and stuff like that too. And she explains some of them to me, but I don't have all the knowledge. So yeah. And then video games, same thing. The main thing with the subliminals that a lot of people are doing is they want you to buy their product. So subliminals, they'll usually talk really quietly in the background of music. They'll be like, buy the product, you know, repetitively. So that's kind of how it's hypnosis. When we say subliminals, we're talking about hypnosis, okay? So I just wanted to put that out there, and no weapon formed against us will prosper, which is really cool. Okay, so my family, we always do our rosaries, and they told me Archangel Michael, when I was a baby, he would stand in front of the TV so it couldn't get me. He does that for all the kids. And so everyone is safe and everyone's sound because of that. And so I'm trying to think of different ones that people can uproot that was revealed to me. Okay, Stephen Furtick, totally cool. All right, he said Adam had naming rights. Okay, so he said when he went out, he named a tree. He named it tree. I don't know. He named Earth Adama. He named heaven after his wife, Chaya. Okay. So he had naming rights. Okay. And we, as descendants of Adam, have naming rights, okay? So we can change the neurology, maybe to memorology, mem cells. We could change, a lot of these words, like brand, okay? And that's hard to switch because we've said this our whole lives. So don't call it a brand, just be, this is my company. We have naming rights. And then you have to renew your mind by the word, so you'll have more strength if you do your rosaries, if you pray and do the word. When you do your rosaries, you're renewing your mind by the word. If you listen to worship music, you're renewing your mind by the word, okay? So you'll get a lot stronger mentally if you do those things, okay? And you'll be able to be like, you might occasionally say, I don't like that brand. Or I don't like, I don't like that company. So you have to kind of renew your mind by that. You kind of have to say no, I don't know, I think I heard a ministering spirit says, I'm not calling it a market anymore, I'm calling it a picket, because they're protesting. So, anyways, alright, so that's all for today, and I hope that brings you a lot of joy. Please stay away from the corrupt companies. Like, the whole Christian body is specifically, both Catholics and Protestants are boycotting specific companies. So look those up. Disney, I think Coca-Cola is on boycott list. Let's see. Disney and Coca-Cola are both on boycott list. Monster Energy, Apple Computer. They're doing brand and right hand. You can look up all the old Steve Jobs advertising and stuff like that. That's just companies. So anyways, that should bring you guys a lot more peace. And I want you to think about, I don't know why, think about country life, handmade, grandma's way. Think about elders' teachings. What did they do before we got all of this stuff? You see? So, that's my prayer and challenge for everyone to kind of come into more simplistic and loving life. All right. Love and blessings, everyone. Bye.